Today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2019. The time is 2:02 p.m. We're meeting for our weekly business meeting. Calling this meeting to order. Attending are Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Filios. First item is the pledge. Nancy, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So the first item before us is the consent calendar. Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve the consent calendar as listed on our business meeting agenda for June 25th, 2019.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye. Second item, the payables list.
I move that we approve the payables list for the week of June 17th through 2019, in the amount of $741,524.28, with jury panel payments in the amount of $1,357.54.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye. Motion carried. Next item, do we have any changes to the agenda?
We do. Item number 2 has been removed as it has already been approved at a previous meeting.
Okay. So noted. And the first item, the first of our action items, is a public hearing for Resolution 2019-57, District Court Fees Auditor. Who wishes to opine?
Are we opine?
Or making definitive statements?
Right.
Either way.
Right.
So this public hearing is to make official the $12.50 fee for doing partial payments at district court.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so this has already been approved, but we needed to go through
Through a
the process of a public hearing.
Okay. Any questions for the auditor? None? Do we have anyone to speak in opposition? Hearing none?
Anybody to speak in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you did, but anyway.
Sorry. Yeah.
But you're spitting for the group.
I've seen this so many times, it's like, oh, you guys should know this. Third time's the charm.
Absolutely. Okay then, so do we have a motion to end public testimony and enter into deliberations?
Yes, I move that we close public testimony and enter into deliberations.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye. We're in deliberations. Any thoughts, concerns, motions?
I think it's a good idea.
Bill?
Can't argue with that.
So do I. Motion.
I move that we approve Resolution 2019-57, which adjusts the district court fees to allow for partial payments.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye. Motion carried. So Resolution 2019-57 is passed. We're skipping over, we've deleted, item 2. We're moving on to item 3. Addendum A, it's a variance to a lease for Vector Aviation at the airport, and that would be Stephen.
Commissioner Stephen Carter for the record. This is a lease variance for Vector Aviation to allow them to operate helicopters within 50 feet of their hangar. This is not the 5th time we've discussed this. If you have any questions? Yeah.
Questions, concerns? I think we beat this one up enough, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
In prior, other sessions, okay. Motion then?
I move that we approve Addendum A, which is a variance to the lease with Vector Aviation.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye. Okay, moving on to the next item, which is change orders 10, 12 to 14. Riverstone Transit Center Resource Management Office. Sean, are you going to speak to this in Kim's absence?
Yes, I am. Sean Riley for the record. We have actually 4 change orders as stated by Chairman Filios. change order 10 for $1,503. We had to over excavate the swale. It's a mouthful. It didn't perk, so sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. There's a $223 change order for some ADA modifications to the sink. In looking at the plans, they had the bike rack right outside the office window where the buses load and unload. I didn't think that was a very good idea, so we moved the bike rack over to the other parking lot and set up a pad for it. That way it's not right where people are walking and trying to load and unload. And so that's $458, but I think risk management wise, it was money well spent. And then this last one is a flush curb for $5,031. I wasn't involved in the original design, and there was no thought given as to where the snow was going to go. And it's a really long driveway. And so after the curb was poured, I realized there was no place to put the snow. So they're gonna have to cut 60 feet of curb on both sides of the turn so that all the snow gets pushed from the street, and then a rolled curb, and it goes up and over into the grass. Otherwise, it would be impossible to plow it. So this one was, I think, maybe missed in design, but nonetheless, it needs to happen.
Okay.
So that would bring the total to $7,215, which then the revised contract sum now becomes $2,159,647, and we are still on track to be completed on time.
Okay.
And within budget?
Under budget, probably.
Okay. There was another item, fiscal 20 law enforcement partnership for success. Do you know?
Yeah, that's gonna be down the line.
That's the next
Oh.
item.
Sorry about that. Okay. Any questions or anything for Sean? Everybody okay? Okay, do we have a motion therefore?
Yes, I move that we approve change orders number 10 and 12 through 14 for the Riverstone Transit Center.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion carried. Next item, fiscal 20 law enforcement partnership for success law enforcement, for the Success Law Enforcement Grant. Idaho Office of Drug Policy, KCSO Resource Management Office.
Sergeant John Randall for the record. This is similar to the grant that we received in the fiscal year 2019 from the Idaho Department of Drug Control Policy. It is, this year's grant award is $76,578.28, or sorry, 26 cents. That is designated for drug interdiction activities to interrupt the drug flow for a targeted range of 18 to 28-year-olds, young adults. And those are overtime hours, and to provide for some training.
Okay,
Zero match requirement.
wonderful. How does the grant compare to last year?
It's $50,000 more,
Whoa. Okay,
and that's the training component.
okay. I hope that doesn't mean we have 3 times the problem, but that's okay. Questions?
Well,
Julina?
this last year, it was only for a very short period of time as well.
Okay, this is a full year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, thank you for that. Motion?
All right, I move that we approve the FY20 Law Enforcement Partnership for Success Law Enforcement Grant with Idaho Office of Drug Policy and KCSO.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye. Motion carried. Next item, termination of the contract with ALSCO Buildings and Grounds.
Christy Kane from Buildings and Grounds. We just want to terminate the contract, and in order to do that, the requirement is that, number one, we give them 90 days notice. Number two, there has to be no funds or funds not approved for that particular item. They had uniform shirts, I believe, that they were renting and didn't want those anymore. It was a cost that they didn't want to incur. They found cheaper ways to do it. So to keep the contract, they chose to have some floor mats brought in. and they don't need them. So to get out of the contract, there has to be no funds for that. And the floor mats would normally come out of, I believe, miscellaneous payments, and they don't have funds in that line item.
Okay,
I'm happy to cut.
yeah. Any other questions, concerns? Motion.
I move that we approve the termination and allow Buildings and Grounds Operations Manager Greg Manley to send the letter to ASLCO.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion carried. Next item, payment request approval forms for HARSB, WWTP facility upgrade for the period 2013 to 2023. This would be the BOCC. I guess Leslie, you'll take this for us.
Yeah, they had some bills come in, and I'm still learning all this stuff, so each entity needs to approve the payment of the bills, even though it's all budgeted and expected, so.
Okay, so would we be approving or agreeing to pay those bills today?
So we are approving HARSB to pay the bills
Okay.
out of their budget.
Okay,
And these are budgeted items.
these are budgeted items.
Mhm.
All right then. Questions? Nope. Motion?
Okay. I move that we approve the payment requests for HARSB and the WWTP facility upgrades.
Okay.
Second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and that motion is carried. Moving on to our favorite segment, public comment. None. 2:14 PM, meeting adjourned. Thank you.